Africa that are holding digital flag are very much in the front lines of the same kind of battles, the same kind of challenges that I think everyone is facing in a world that is still trying to honor the equal place that women and men can have alongside each other and with each other. And I say that with the integration and understanding of all the labels that exist in between all of that too. I feel that we've come to a time in our world where it is clearly enough of all the separation. How can we unite? So just to give you a little insight, my name is Nicola Jackman. I am a Southern African, so I was born in Zimbabwe. I traveled around Southern Africa and then the rest of the world. I have not been to Pakistan. So be sure that I've now earmarked you all and I joy. And I feel that it's such a gift to be able to bring some of the tools that I've been gathering over the last 17 years in the field of joy into a conversation where perhaps we can get very involved in our heads. And I love that the digital age brings with it code. You know, the zeros and the ones are for me in the human element, the hearts and the minds uniting. And so we need some time for the heart. We need some time to drop back into the core that actually we as women can bring. And that is the heart space, that ability to nurture and to care. I do have a presentation and I'm going to scan through.
Yes, we can. You can move on to your presentation. Already I have authorized.
I'm just going to and yeah, let's leave it a form and structure, and to also bring the elements that women bring, which is nurture and care and a fierceness. I mean, if we look at nature herself, sometimes she needs to get fierce and get her point across so that everybody can realign. So I really would like to say that as I go into this, I'm going to give you some power tools, but I believe that this is the only way that we can actually restore ease, is for us to actually start looking at what we need to do internally, personally, individually, to take care of our headspace. That mindfulness practice comes from actually more heart space, more emotional intelligence, being compassionate, offering these tools that our mothers and our mothers' mothers kept ingraining into us as women. Care first, be kind first, and then everything else will unfold for you. So I'm going to invite everybody to just take a pause, because I know our heads are all engaged, and I just invite everybody to just connect for a moment to your breath. And let's just all, across the world, wherever we are, take 3 good, healthy breaths together, and let's unite in that. So just exhale everything out. And let's breathe nice, deeply in. And just hold it there for a moment, just a moment. And then exhale it out. I'm going to do 2 more of those each time. Let's see if we can do it a little bit more together. Inhale it together. Hold it. And release it. And 1 more for absolute joy. In together. Hold. And out. And just notice that even just 3 breaths, how instantly, thank you, it's just great. Thank you, Sajida. 3 would global ideas. You can just allow some mind you to breathe. Take a pause from the day and breathe. So I give this to you today with this context of anything can be transformed. Absolutely anything can be transformed. And we can actually have joy, peace, love, and unity, and the dreams that we've all had across all of our faith. For us actually uniting for us to be unified is a time for us to cross-pollinate and accelerate our learning by learning from each other. So I truly appreciated having so many of the voices already in this space. So let's take a little moment, and I'd like to give to you all a tool. So if you have a little piece of paper somewhere, even if it's just a scrap piece of paper, I invite you to just take that piece of paper and write down on that piece of paper one particular thing in your life that you have really been wanting to transform. I think for many women, it might be what you say to yourself when you look in the mirror. That might be a good starting point, because many women that I know, it's not necessarily kind. Or perhaps it's the way that you are interacting with somebody in your company, but just one thing that you wish you could actually do in a different way. And so just one word of that, and put it on a little piece of paper. And just to note that there is anything in our lives, this tool absolutely works. We've been playing with this tool for a good 10 years, and we've trained up hundreds of volunteers and different catalysts. And they all say it's crazy how well this works. So wonderful. Thank you. Feel free, if you're bold, to share it. You're welcome to share it.
I wrote strength because when I got sick, I lose that strength I have. So
okay.
I want to own it back again.
Okay, beautiful. So then my offering to you is that on that paper, when you're thinking strength, it's that I've been telling myself I've lost my strength. So the words you've been using is I've lost my strength. That would be something to let go of, right?
Right.
Okay, beautiful. So if you can continue to be my example, that would be really wonderful. So everybody, if you want to hold your piece of paper up, you're welcome, and we can sort of show that to each other, but you also can keep it private because I know that this is a live transmission. So it's more important that you have that piece of paper in hand. And now consider that if you have looked at something that you wish to transform, that is 90% of the work. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can see that you're doing something that is a behavior that is not serving you, that is not serving others, that is definitely not serving the world, that is something you want to let go of. So now, once you have this in hand, and please note, I did not say look at it and judge it, okay? Because the moment you start judging it, you're going to have to write down on another piece of paper, judgment, because judgment is now in the way of you letting go of this. Okay, so without judgment, you've just now consider, have you ever tried to let this go before? Perhaps as an example, have you ever tried to let go of the fact that you've said, I don't have my strength anymore? Okay, so maybe it's just been some, so you're muted. You're welcome to unmute yourself if you want.
The strength is still there, but the sickness, take it away.
Got you.
The reason why, because I'm also a victim of bullying and harassment in the workplace. And I have
okay, so then if I can invite you, because we have the time that we have, so consider that even in that strength, there is the mentality that I was a victim. Now, ladies, please, I say this, I do not by any means take anything away from some of the experiences that we have had. I am just inviting us that if we continue to let the past be the thing that controls our future, we will not see a different future. we will just keep repeating the same thing. Yes, sorry, I see that there is a hand up. With the presentation, I can't see your names. So Rabia, perhaps you can help me. The lovely lady with the glasses.
This is Sajida. If I can speak, am I allowed?
Did you please?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you see, when you said that you have to write one thing that you really want to transform, and I wrote the word compassion. So for me, it is something that I have been trained to. My upbringing from my father and mother, from my own family, from the education that I received. So, by the way, I'm also from the continent of Africa. I'm from East Africa, Tanzania, and I'm here in Pakistan, married to a Pakistani for the past 40 years. And I think I'm the eldest here, if I can excuse Senator Ateeq. Maybe he might be a little younger. So I have been practicing compassion because I've seen my parents do that from a very huge social welfare program of our Sunni Muslim Jamaat in Tanzania, Dar es Salaam. So I have had no hesitation in doing it.
Sister Sajda, I have a request. Let's Nicola conclude quickly because we have a short of time also. Then I'll give you complete time to speak onward from this words. Okay?
All right. So I just wanted Nicola to add this, that how do I to express compassion when I know compassion is the need of the hour. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. So let's keep in mind for a moment that there are going to be layers in this. And I would like you to consider that all we're going to do is an exercise on this. And I would like to say that releasing compassion is perhaps not the exercise here, but rather the things that are in the way of me using my discernment for when it's appropriate to use my compassion and when it's appropriate to make a stand and say enough. So both definitely have to exist here. So potentially what you're wanting to let go of is where compassion holds the reins over you versus your ability to discern. So perhaps it's letting go of my inability to discern. And so ladies, basically what you want to do is take that piece of paper and just consider that as a gesture, you're now wanting to take this piece of, literally just practice how simple it is to just let go, like literally holding it and just letting it go. And notice that there is immediately the mind wants to make a story of it, but actually letting go is simple. The work is catching yourself doing it and then choosing as quickly as you can. Now, I don't have lots and lots of time, but I to say that to remember that acronym LLC, look, let go, choose. Anything in your life can be transformed, especially if you notice that it is not serving you, others, or the world. You look at it, you let it go, and you choose. We call it the LLC, and you're welcome to screenshot this slide and in your own time, take a bit of time and just take a little dive into fear. Take a dive into how you're managing time. Take a dive into how you're looking at your relationship with yourself and potentially your family. Maybe you're putting too much energy into everybody else and you're burnt out and tired. In a digital age, if you're wanting to have joy, you're the one who's responsible to transform everything that is not serving you as well as others. And the other thing that I'd like you to look here, please welcome, screenshot this one as well. And I think what I'll do is I'll share the slideshow with Rabia and she can share it with all the participants if she has your emails. But I do think it's very important for us to all take an honest look at the social media usage that we're using, because and we know the algorithms and the systems that are in place can actually end up draining you because you end up spending more time in something because it's an addictive substance. It needs to be seen like that. It needs to be used very, very cautiously and with a lot of discernment. And then our little acronym that we like to use here, if you're looking for a checklist across all of your life, consider health with a double T. Am I hungry? Am I earthed? Am I angry? Am I lonely? Am I tired? Am I thirsty? 90% of the women that I know in business, they're just not drinking enough water. just keep drinking water. You'll notice your mood will be better. You're going to have more joy. And I say that for the benefit of all of us. Just look, let go, choose, and you can make any transformation you can. Ultimately, we have reached a point where relationships are paramount, and having compassion, but also having a firm stand is important. And in all of our relationships, sometimes the best breakdowns are literally the opportunities for us to be able to make the transformation. I sometimes think that even what we've experienced with COVID in our planet right now is a giant breakdown. It's an opportunity for us to look at all the things in our world that have not been in balance, and for us to find a quick way to let go of that and choose something different and spend the time on the different, on the inspired, on the way forward that is actually creating the world we want to see, and not more of the same. So as a power session for you, we had a little bit of a juggle on the time difference, so I apologize for arriving a little late, but I'm so glad I was able to catch some of it. I am really excited to unite with you, to support you. I believe we've reached that point where it is time for us to transform whatever we need to, and we need to be doing that together. So
thank you very much, Nicola.
Thank you.
Really, we are honored, and I'll give a big hand to you. That applause that from everybody. The way you explain the things, we are really honored having such words with us.